to dog poo, of course, and at a Melbourne conference this week, kids will hear from the man who wants to power our local parks with doggy doo. Sounds weird, but Duncan Chu says by dumping discarded dog poo into biogas generators instead of bins, enough energy could be generated to light up our parks. And Duncan is here to talk us through what he likes to call Poo Power. Duncan, where on earth did you get the idea from?
Well, like Charlie and Dave, I have dogs and I was just staggered about the amount of poo that I have to deal with on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I've had the same problem, but I've never turned it into a power source. Just laziness on my part, I suppose. I've turned it into a weapon to terrorise children around the neighbourhood. But how do you actually make poo into power?
Well, certainly when poo breaks down, it releases a gas called methane, and that happens to our poo, dog's poo, even Stephen Price's poo.
That's a visual we don't need. Just move. We don't want you involved. We do not want you involved.
Stevens does not stink, of course. But so that methane is released. So
yep.
how do you use that?
We actually release it in a controlled environment. So in a large tank, we actually need to store that gas and then put it into a gas lantern and use it for lights in our dog parks when we walk our dogs in the morning or late at night.
Now, mate, I think it's a great idea, and my dog, I reckon, could probably power Albury, Wodonga, both cities. But how do people react when you tell them about your plan?
Like the kids, the eyes just light up and the jaws just drop. You know, the boys particularly just love the project, and the girls think, oh, that's disgusting.
When you're talking about the project, you're not talking about this show, we're talking about what you're doing.
But Dave, you mentioned your dog could power Albury, Wodonga. You could power all of Sydney.
Please,
I mean, if this works, could it power our homes with our own stuff?
It's happening all around the world. Like, you know, countries like China and India are already using it to power their homes. They cook with the biogas as well.
So we're saying that human and... anyway, people are eating dinner, by the way.
So, Duncan, have you got any chance of getting this off the ground? What's the next step here? How are you going to get funding, and do you really think that people will take this on board?
So we have funding already, so we're actually asking people to visit poopower.com.au, and with Melbourne Water's help, we're actually asking people to reach out to the councils and use our template on our website and say, we want Poo Power in our local park.
Well, all the best with it. I hope it goes well. We'll keep in touch and see how it all goes.
Thank you very much, guys.